Okay, I am back. I don't know what was going on, but for some reason, the audio that was coming from my webcam was really weird. So if it does that again, and you guys hear it, just let me know. That was really, really weird. Let me see real quick. Hold up. Let me. Okay. We should be good now. If it does that again, let me know. I think it's fine. That was really weird because afterwards I listened back to it and I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. So yeah. Okay, we are going to use a program that I actually forgot I had. It's called Nutty. So essentially what Nutty does, it's kind of funny. So it allows you to scan all devices on the network that you're connected to. And then, so this is just going to scan, and then after we know the IP address of our Raspberry Pi, there must be a fire. After we know the IP address of our Raspberry Pi, it should allow us to boot up and actually SSH into it. I'm kind of concerned. So I'm going to go through. One of these should be, okay, Raspberry Pi. However, it says not available, which might not be true. So we're going to Windows key and T. Gosh, my laptop's lagging. Okay, SSH pi at 164.107.109.58. Yes. Please work. Aha, it worked. Okay. The thing that worried me was that for whatever reason, the port, the green light on the switch. Okay, so we are connected to the internet. Cool. Okay, that worried me a little bit. But yeah, so Nutty is actually a really cool program. I know it definitely works on Ubuntu, but it allows you to scan your network and get the IP address and different information on devices, including your own, and then it allows me to see the Raspberry Pi. So, let me see, I can't remember. Okay, so we're going to do curl, and we're going to do -ssl https install.pi-hole.net. This should be just an automated install. Let's say user. So I'm a little confused because at first it said root user check X, and then now it says check. So I don't know. We're gonna let that run, but essentially once that script runs, it should install Pi-hole on this, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have to do this like post install stuff. So hopefully it works on the enterprise network that the university has set up. I don't think it will be an issue just because this switch is technically not through the university. It shouldn't be. Okay, cool. So it should be working. Yeah. So yeah, I've actually never used Pi-hole, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't know it was even a thing until earlier today. I was browsing Reddit and I saw this guy's home server setup, and he had a Pi running Pi-hole, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I looked it up and I was like, yo, that sounds really cool. So we're gonna do that. So that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, so hopefully this finishes up quickly, and then we can go and start configuring it. If you guys are interested in seeing, so like I said, okay, green light's on, so there's activity. Cool. So yeah, sorry, like I was saying, I plan on basically building a small like server automation thing for my house that will automatically like block ads for everybody. It'll have a NAS storage device. So I get a bunch of extra desktops, right, from people that just don't want them anymore. I've actually given away some. There's a couple of desktops that I wish I would have kept. There's a couple of actually like really nice desktops I wish I would have kept, but they were put to good use for like local like school organizations and things like that. And so I think that's really good. One of them I literally gave away, and I probably spent like $70 on it. It's not too bad, but it was actually a really powerful like quad core system, and it was actually in really good condition too. And I was like, maybe they could benefit from this. Thinking back, I probably could have turned it into a server, but again, if they're benefiting from it, it probably would have sat in my room for a while. So if it's getting used, then that makes me happy. So update. Okay, so this should be hopefully done soon. Okay, so I think the audio issues are fixed, which is really cool. Because before I was having the weird audio issue, we are going to plug in my phone so that I can view the stream. Wow. Streaming. But yeah, so the home server thing that I want to set up, I don't know anything about it yet. I just know that I want to set one up. And I also know that I want to use some Raspberry Pis for it. And like I said, I think that, sorry, wait, what is happening? Sorry, YouTube is weird sometimes. Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah, so I want to build a server basically, and I don't know exactly like setup-wise what I want to do. I was looking at, God, my laptop is running slow. So the Dell PowerEdge series is actually really, really cool, and they're pretty powerful. Now, I was looking, and I was also thinking about, well, why would I do this if I probably have like a good handful of Dell desktops that I've just been like gifted from people. I could just go ahead and turn those essentially into a server, which is very possible. I mean, it's not going to be a powerful server. The main purpose of this, I want to have a VPN that I can connect all my devices, no matter where I'm at, to my home network. So if I need to like log in, for example, so the VPN, I'll explain more of the purpose of that in a second, but then there will be this Pi, which will run Pi-hole. Pi-hole essentially will allow me, as most other things, to block all of the ads traffic coming in, which saves bandwidth. It saves processing power, and it also just it's kind of cool actually. But yeah, it's definitely going to save bandwidth. Ads use not a lot of bandwidth to load, but there is bandwidth there. And then it's also going to save processing power. So the computer itself isn't going to have to load it. It's not going to be like a significant difference. It's not going to be like, massive difference. But in terms of a lot of things, it will be, it'll be a fair amount of difference. It's probably not going to be that noticeable, but it will eliminate the need for, an add-on like AdBlock, which the other really cool thing about that too, if you guys, okay, you might be like, well, why don't you just run AdBlock, It's not that much processing power. Well, here's the really cool thing. So if you have AdBlock on your system, most websites can detect that, and then they can be like, oh, we're not going to let you view our website until you unblock our site. So then, if you have this, it's completely hidden, because instead of physically modifying that page, it's going in and actually blocking the traffic coming in, which is really cool. So it'll save on that. You won't have to like block ad or unblock ads on sites, because a lot of times when a site is like, hey, you can't view it unless you unblock ads on our site, a lot of times they have like really intrusive ads. Now I understand that ads help pay for them and things like that, but personally I'm not a fan of, you know, ads just like intruding all over my page. And yeah, so okay, cool. Pile's free. I will more than likely donate site IP address, and then okay, so okay, we're gonna use Google just because I've always had. We're going to that's weird. It won't let me get off of. It won't let me go down to this OK right here. I don't know why. Ah, tab. Okay. We're gonna just do both. Do you want your? We can do that. So I am a little worried. Do you want to install the web app? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. Privacy mode for FTL. What does that mean? Select a privacy mode for FTL. Select a privacy mode for. Apparently, other people have the same question. Yeah, I'm just gonna read the docs real quick, just because I'm curious. Okay, so using privacy levels, you can specify which level of detail you want to see. Oh. Okay, it has to do with like. Okay, we're just gonna show everything. That is not the window I wanted to open. We're just gonna go ahead and show everything because it's the easiest. So far, my experience with installing Pi-hole has been very simple. Like I've actually ran into 0 issues. So that's that's pretty cool. Their bash installer is kind of cool, like this all-in-one installer. However, they do note, and this is true, piping to bash is kind of controversial just because the code that it's running, you're not actually seeing that. Most of the time, like if you're cloning a repository and doing all this stuff, you know, like that, people aren't necessarily always watching it. But if you're doing this pipe and then bash, it's not actually fully showing you unless they, again, not the window I wanted to open, unless they physically do like it was doing before and like giving me kind of a feedback. Then that will show you, but it's not required to show you the code that it's running. So could be a little sketchy, but I think it's fine. I trust it. And if it, excuse me, if it messes up, then we can just reinstall. So yeah, once this is installed, my only worry, I don't think that the Raspberry Pi itself will have an issue. Okay, so servers need a dedicated IP address, like a static IP, because if it's changing, then other things can't reference that the same way because they don't know, unless you're like doing it by the MAC address, but that's a lot more complicated. So they need a static IP. That's the simplest way for them to find this Raspberry Pi. Well, if excuse me, if it changes, then they can't find it, and then it's not going to work right, because essentially Pi-hole is creating a like door for the DNS server. Basically, it's using Google's DNS server, and then it's filtering all of that ad traffic through it, and it's creating essentially its own DNS server based off of Google's. Again, just filtering that traffic, and then it'll assign the IP address and everything to my laptop from this DNS server. Like it'll basically, the traffic will use Google's DNS server through this Pi, with this Pi filtering it all out, which is really, really cool. And I'll be able to control different things, like you saw the setting for the web admin like portal thing. Oh, excuse me, goodness. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, and then, but my only worry is that this switch is going to attempt to, assign a new IP to it. So I need to make sure. I believe it's a TP-Link switch. I need to find out if there's a way. I don't think there's any sort of software. I'm pretty sure it's an unmanaged switch, which means that it would just assign whatever IP. I can potentially set a static one in the config on the Raspberry Pi, but I don't know how well that's going to work. So we'll find out. We will find out very soon. So guys, I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I was going to release a video last week over spring break talking about an upcoming internship that I have. I'm going to just talk about this while I'm letting this load. So I had a video that I was going to publish last week, and then some of it kind of got sidetracked and some of it got lost. I was using a GoPro. I think from now on when I do videos, it'll either be like this, like you're seeing me through the webcam and you're seeing my computer, or it'll be more of like me out and about filming with my phone. It's probably going to be out and about filming with my phone. I also want to live stream more. I know this isn't the most exciting thing, but I figured, I'll go ahead and try it. I'm going to play around with the format, so like I know right now I'm in the bottom right corner. But again, I'm going to play around with that and try and see if I can, make it look a little bit nicer and stuff like that. Oh, excuse me. I am tired. Goodness. I'm very tired. I got a pretty good amount of sleep last night. However, I had work this morning. Actually, I take that back. I did not get a good amount of sleep last night. I had to be up at 7, and I didn't fall asleep till around 1:30. But it was worth it, because we had church last night, me and my roommates. So, it was cool. 83%, and we're frozen. So anyways, I was saying about the internship. So I have a lot of really cool, exciting things coming up this summer. And I have an internship. Not going to go into too much detail yet, but I do have an internship with a company based out of Cincinnati. And I will be doing software development with them for like a web interface, basically managing different things. And that should be pretty cool. I'm yawning. Oh, goodness. I'm yawning again. I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyways, so I have an internship, and I plan on doing some videos, not necessarily related to the day-to-day of, like, what exactly projects I'm working on, but more of, hey, this is what it's like the day in the life of a first-year software engineering intern. Because if you don't know, I'm in my first year of college still. I was really lucky and blessed to be able to get an internship. I might have had an in with the company, but it's still an internship. It's still experience, and I'm really, really excited. I will be taking my new mechanical keyboard, not the AN Pro, but I got a Corsair K95 RGB. Thank you, Gina. My girlfriend bought me it for my birthday. Because I was talking about, like, how I needed a quieter keyboard. Because if you hear this, okay, I'm going to go to, if you hear this, like, this thing is freaking loud. Like, this thing is loud. This keyboard is loud. And if I were to take this into an office environment, people would not be very happy. At least I don't think they would be. I know a lot of people there do use mechanical keyboards, but I'm pretty sure they're like Browns. So the K90, ooh, it moved to 84. The K95 RGB, sorry, uses Gateron Browns, so they're a lot quieter. They're still nice, but they're a lot quieter, and they still feel really good to type on. But yeah, I have, ooh, it's not gonna let me pull it out, is it? No, it's not, so we're just gonna unplug it. I have the AN Pro 2 here. For those wondering, I guess I could turn it around. So I have the AN Pro 2 here. I plan on getting some new keycaps for it soon. I don't know which keycaps I want to get, but I want to get something that looks kind of cool. I don't know what color scheme or anything I'm necessarily going for. I thought about a, like, dark gray and then maybe like a really cool artisan keycap for the escape key or something like that. But not too sure just yet. But I've just got the stock, like, little extra keys that they give you to just add some color to it right now. 93%, we're almost there, and my eye has water in it, so sorry about that. Man, there is something going on outside, y'all. I'm telling you, I hear police, I hear fire. Oh, shoot, there's an ambulance right there. Huh. Actually, I wonder... There must be something going on down the street, because now that I look, I see a bunch of fire trucks down there. Interesting. Cool, 98%. So far, my experience with installing Pi-hole has been really simple. No issues at all. If you use the automated script, that's awesome. You know, like I said, again, no issues. But if you don't, then it might take a little bit of extra time. I doubt it's going to be that much different. Okay, so it should be rebooting. Or no, sorry, I read that wrong. So it's enabling it to start and reboot. Okay, what is FTL? Because it said that before. Okay. I was a little confused on that at first. I wasn't even creating user Pi-hole. Well, this is cool. This actually, again, so far, like, Pi-hole setup has been super simple. I've literally typed a single line of code, and then I had to do some configuration, but, like, not hard at all. I don't know. Goodness, I need to stop yawning. I don't know necessarily how much harder. I think that these other, like, methods of, like, cloning the repository and stuff like that, I don't think that they would have been all of that hard necessarily. I assume that it's the same beginning, and then when you do the install script, this is what I'm at. Still really simple. So props to the Pi-hole team and like making this process like super easy. Like it's actually, I mean, I was sitting here waiting on it. I thought I was going to be doing a lot more configuration manually. That's usually what it is the case. We are going to grab a gummy worm. Gummy worms are soul food. Cool. That's weird. Let's find out what that means. Okay, so I'm a little interested because I'm gonna let that retry, see what it does. Hopefully retrying it fixes it, but it probably won't. I assume we're gonna run into whatever issue it is that they're mentioning on this right here. That was from 2017. Maybe I just got a bad install. I don't know. That, or honestly, it also, no, I think I know what it is. Actually, wait. No, because the MAC address wouldn't have changed. If this doesn't work, I might have to re-add. So the way our university does it, it's kind of weird, is they require you to register every wired device on their network with a university like service online, and you have to register the MAC address, and so sometimes it causes like some weird issues. This Raspberry Pi was connected, so the MAC address should be registered. It might have expired. Sometimes I know that like the online service like after a little bit forgets it, and like generic internet stuff will work, but sometimes if you're like trying to do like stuff like I could be doing that, it might not. I don't know. We'll see. This also might not work on this network at all. The network here is really weird. When you have a network with, you know, over 50,000 people connected to it at any single point in time, and you're trying to manage that, It's probably very hard, I imagine. So they have like a lot of locks down. So which, not necessarily a complaint. I mean, sometimes it is annoying. Like, okay, for example, I brought a Chromecast with me thinking, yo, I'm going to stream movies to my Chromecast from the Showbox app. Chromecast doesn't work on the enterprise Wi-Fi. It's not supported. I'm not blaming Google because Google shouldn't have to support weird internet, configurations like that. I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't even use it. I gave it to my girlfriend. 10 seconds to retry. Now, if it doesn't work, that's a really weird time. 2 minutes is weird to wait, but I guess that it ensures. So I don't think it's going to work again. It very well could. I hope it does. But I have a feeling we're going to have the weird resolution error like these people have had. Okay, so it's going to retry now. Yeah, so not available. So what happens if I run Pi-hole, what was that, -G? Pi-hole blocking is enabled. Okay, so what if I do Pi-hole -up? Might be an update or something. I don't know. I imagine it's up to date, but we'll see. Actually, I might need www.google.com. That's really weird. Because it worked before. You guys saw it. Temporary failure. Okay, so let's clear this all out. Sudo nano /etc/hosts. And then and then we're also going to check this. Wait, I definitely just, yeah, I definitely just typed that wrong. So let me make sure I get that right, because I want to make sure it's not empty. No? Okay, so we're going to add name server, and then we're going to do 127.0.0.1. Now, hopefully that works. And now we're going to do sudo reboot. Okay, cool. So that connection was closed. So I'm going to wait for it to actually reboot. Hopefully it reboots soon. It's not what I wanted, but that was weird. Goodness. I think it's almost done rebooting because it's probably gonna, yeah, no root to host. I could just scan with Nutty again, but we're just gonna play it the hard way. Aha. Okay, so file -G. Let's try this. Dude, oh my god. Okay, why won't you? Okay, I was gonna say. Okay, so I think that I need to print something differently. Weird thing is I'm not doing it in a I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this is going to work, but I am interested. I am intrigued. 164.107.109.58. What did I say? .109.58. Wait, what the hell? What? That's not what I wanted. 164.107. Dang, what was it now? 109. Yes, I did mean to go to the admin panel. Thank you. Okay, this is really cool looking. This is actually really, really cool looking. So, cool. Okay, so is it going to use that password or no? Oh, okay. I didn't do that. So I'm gonna see if this will update. This admin page is actually really, really fresh looking. I will say that this is actually a really cool looking admin page. And I also like, okay, this is just me, but I just went to the IP address, right? And I didn't know that the portal was at /admin. And on the root, it was like, did you mean to go to the admin portal? Like, thank you. I didn't know that that was a thing, so pretty cool. Hopefully this updates. Okay. Resetting repository. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, those are all checks, which that's good because, yeah. Hopefully this works. I don't know if it will. It could. It might not do anything. We'll find out, I guess. The dashboard was really cool. I know it wasn't really showing much just because I'm not signed in. And it's not running. But I think it's cool that it'll show me like the amount of queries, and then it'll show me the amount blocked, and then it'll show you like the percent of ads blocked and domains on the block list. Like, I don't know, that's really cool. So pretty cool interface so far. Unable to get FTL engine not installed. Okay, so when they did that, it did all of that, and then it said not available. Can I do NS lookup? Is it gonna let me do that? I don't think this is gonna work, but we can try. Yeah, no. Well, we're gonna try so as you see, mine contains this, but the other user said to put it, or theirs worked by changing it to the Google DNS, so we're gonna see if that works. That's weird. That's really weird. Still not gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna do locals. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. So, what up?
How's it going?
I'm running into weird issues. Weird ones. Windows 7 is a local host and should not be the host name. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, but localhost.domain.host. Oh. I see what they did. This is a generic Linux configuration. It has nothing to do with Pi-hole. You should follow. Oh, okay, so also, oh wait, no, that is the host name. Okay, so we are going to remove these lines just because, and we're going to remove this one. We're going to change this to localhost dot we're just going to put localhost, right? And then let's try that. Yeah, probably not. Oof. Well, I guess now let's look at the default because that might help. Let's try and run this real quick. I'm gonna Are you going to marketplace marketplace with us?
What?
Are you going to marketplace with us?
What time are you going?
Probably whenever Ryan and Max start a class.
Right.
Max said he's out at like 4:45.
Okay, I'll probably go with you.
Okay. Well, no, it doesn't seem to be connecting at all. So, well, okay, there we go. So I don't know how to generate the password, so we're gonna just type in one and then see what it tells us, because there was a code that it said. It's running really slow now. And frankly, I'm not sure why. You see it's loading. I don't know what's... Dang, the Raspberry Pi is hot. It's very hot right now. Sudo Pi-hole. Oh, wait. I wonder if I need to log into the Pi-hole user to... Maybe that's how I have to, like... Oh, excuse me. I wonder if the permissions are only for them. Okay, so let's try and log in now. Maybe the dashboard will give us a little bit of a better explanation as to, like, configuration-wise. I don't know if you can actually configure it inside of the web page. I assume you can. It might just be a dashboard. Hopefully it allows us to... Ooh, settings. Okay, cool. So let's see if I can get this to work. It's still loading really slowly. I have a feeling that's partially because of my random configurations. Oh, that's cool. So it'll show me that, and then... Gosh. This thing is loading slow. So for whatever reason the dashboard is loading extremely slow now. Okay, there, it's loading again. I don't know why it's doing that. I might have to reboot the system. So I wanted to scroll down here and see, because I think it's really interesting. I think these are interesting. I like the fact that you can see that. So clients, localhost. Obviously. It might actually work better enabling it from here. It might actually work. I don't know. Just because it might regenerate that config, but... Oh, excuse me. Guess we'll find out. Okay, it says active. So... It says active. How do I view? Is there a way for me to view the status? Let me open up the docs. About documentation. Pi-hole. I just want to see if there's a way. Pi-hole status. Let's see how it's doing. See if it's actually working. Here it says active. Let's see if I can. No, not there. Let's go back to the settings real quick, and then. Oh, okay. Cool. Unable to resolve host Raspberry Pi connection timed out. Let me see. Can I do ping? So essentially it's working now, however, I'm not able to connect outside for some reason. And I think it has to do with either the hosts or that the res domain name, like resolution, the resconf file. But we can work on that later. Because now I know that it's working because it's active, and if I go, how do I get? Well, if I just go to the dashboard, you'll be able to see. Actually, I have a really good way of testing it as well. I don't know why it's loading so slow. I don't know if it has to do with the Pi itself, because it was loading fine before. I might have to just restart the system to see if that fixes it. But it's cool because you can see these queries. And then you can see google.com. I'm just curious. If I ping my website, it should show up on this after I reload the page. So I think right now it's trying to ping it, and if I reload this page, it should actually, well, it's not going to go up on there just yet because it'll have to be more than 16 times, which is fine. However, it should show up though in the log. So clearly that's not going to let me connect. It might actually show up, I don't know. Okay, not yet. So clients, I'm intrigued because it's listing itself as a client, as I believe it should. However, I don't know how. I need to basically get to the point in time. Yeah, I think we should be good to go now, though. So, I plan on doing another video hopefully soon on this, guys. Once I get the server built that I was mentioning earlier, I will go ahead and make a video on it and talk a little bit more about it and how it works. I probably have a couple of bugs to work on this, but I'm going to get going. I have some stuff I need to do, but thank you guys for coming out and watching. If you have any questions on Pi-hole and how it works, feel free to ask me. Let me know. And like I said, this will definitely transfer over to my house this summer, provided that I can get it all working and get these Herd Kings out. So I will see you guys hopefully again soon. I'll probably be doing a vlog at some point this weekend, but we will see. Alright, I will see you guys later. Peace out.